What is good, KJ Gang? It is your girl Kamaya.
And it's your girl Jordan.
And I'm back with another freaking YouTube video. And me and my sister is about to react to the richest, the richest made this. But mysterious people spotted it on camera. Shout out to the richest for making this video. And y'all know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and comment to what y'all think we should do next to, go forward in our future.
Yes.
And YouTube. But let's get to it. Oh shoot. It's already.
Are superpowers real? While we're pretty sure there's no one who can shoot lasers out of their eyes or fly faster than a speeding bullet without using a plane, we have managed to find a group of people with a range of incredible powers. They are very real and their skills are pretty impressive. Thankfully, none of them are evil villains either. But before we introduce you to the richest super team, be sure to let us know you're on board by activating those subscribe and notification buttons.
What the richest
Daniel Tammet. It seems like no matter which superhero squad you're talking about, there's always the one key leader who creates the plans and keeps everyone together. In the X-Men, it's Professor X, and in the Avengers, it's Captain America. Well, we think in our squad of superheroes, our leader should be Daniel Tammet. He's got some incredible brain power, and he's not afraid to show it. A high-functioning autistic savant, Tammet sees numbers in terms of colors and shapes. In short, he can see and describe exactly what is going on inside his head. He can solve problems and memorize sequences which take normal humans weeks. For instance, in no time, Tammet memorized and recounted pi to the 22,514th digit. Numbers aside, he has mastered around a dozen foreign languages. To prove his brain power and abilities, he was challenged to learn Icelandic. 7 days later, Tammet was speaking the language so well that his instructor labeled him as not human. That sounds a lot like Professor Xavier to us. Except Daniel isn't a mutant and doesn't require the use of a special machine to harness his powers. Jaspreet Singh Kalra. Any squad of superheroes absolutely needs a member who can change shape and squeeze into those hard-to-reach spots. After all, if the movies are anything to go by, we're bound to be caught at least once, so having someone who can change shape and get through small spaces might come in really handy. Now, we've reached high and low and unfortunately haven't been able to find any real-life Mystiques. We even emailed Jennifer Lawrence, but her lawyers just keep telling us to go away. Luckily, the richest team discovered Jaspreet Singh Kalra in northern India. This 17-year-old is super flexible to the point where we're sure he's kind of made out of silly putty. Jaspreet can bend his legs right around his back and over his shoulders. His arms can be wrapped right around his head as well. Good luck sneaking up on him because he can also turn his head a full 180 degrees. In addition, his ability to slide his body through a tennis racket might just come in handy for those times you need someone to slip through the gates to shut off the security system of your arch enemy's secret base. Richard Browning. Just for a second, we're going to change things up a bit. Now, we all know that Tony Stark is an integral part of the Marvel Universe. After all, he's Iron Man. Yet, Stark doesn't have any real superpowers, unless you count being a billionaire as a power. Then again, he is pretty inventive and witty, and this combined with his wealth does allow him to hang with the other real heroes. Does that sort of person exist in real life? Well, yeah, they do. Richard Browning is a British entrepreneur who used his money to create a very real Iron Man suit. Browning made headlines when images of him gliding around in a suit powered by small jet engines popped up online. While so far he has only been able to travel a few meters, we need to remember that even Tony Stark suffered some embarrassing slip-ups designing his suit. By Browning's calculations, the suit should allow the wearer to fly at hundreds of miles per hour at thousands of feet in altitude. That's not too bad. For now, all we need is a hero who can hover in the air and strike fear into the hearts of villains. All we need is for him to develop the ability to shoot lasers out of his hands, and we've got our very own Iron Man. Michael Lotito. Do you remember the classic James Bond character named Jaws? He was the guy who could chomp his way through steel. Now, he didn't really have any superpowers because his chompers were metal, and we imagine he wouldn't be able to repeat the feat with standard teeth. Interestingly, we think we found a real-life Jaws who doesn't need any special equipment to chew through metal. Yes, having a superpower where you could chomp through metal with ease sounds kind of like our thing. That's why we're glad we found Michael Lotito. For over 40 years, Lotito developed a reputation as quite the eater. At the tender age of 9, he started eating the family television. Over the following years, he ate everything from chandeliers to shopping carts to bicycles. His grand accomplishment? defeating an entire Cessna 150 airplane, wingtip to wingtip. With such incredibly strong teeth, jaw muscles, and stomach, we think that everything actually turned out pretty well, given Lotito used his powers for good and not evil while he was alive. Now, if you or anyone you know can eat metal like him, please let us know, because the richest superhero team could really use that power on our side. Radhakrishnan Velu. Of course, any proper superhero team has at least one individual who is known for their strength. Now, it can never be as simple as just being strong. No, in the Marvel and DC universes, strong people also have to have little quirks, including being a green, rage-filled monster like the Hulk, or a muscle-bound, homicidal maniac like Bane. Well, we think we've found someone who fits that criteria. Meet Radhakrishnan Velu. This Malaysian is incredibly tough and strong, as proven by his ability to pull a train made up of 7 cars. Oh, don't think we forgot the strange quirk either. Velu doesn't use his arms and legs to pull massive objects. Instead, this Malaysian marvel grips a cable in his mouth and uses his jaw and neck muscles. In front of dozens of witnesses, Velu's goal was to set a world record by pulling the train over 9 feet. That's over 280 tons moved using his mouth and neck. Hey, if we have one superhero who can eat heavy metal objects and another that can pull them with his mouth, that sounds pretty awesome to us. It's time to focus.
We have to do an experiment. Okay, here. You have to hold it. Push it on the train. Now you gotta do me. You have to do that as an experiment. No. No. Oh, so why would you do that? And I wasn't even doing it to you. They ain't that hurt. There's nobody freaking laughing. Get off. Ow! I was gonna bite you. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, shoot.
All your power to answer our superhero quiz. Can you name the DC Universe hero who doesn't actually have any superhero powers at all? Hopefully this question is easy and doesn't become the bane of your existence. We'll tell you the answer at the end of the video. Liu Thao Lin. Okay, so we all know that another key piece to the superhero puzzle is to find someone who can manipulate metal and get it to do things it can't on its own. But where can we find a Magneto? We tried calling Michael Fassbender, but he's pretty in demand right now and won't return our calls. Fortunately, we don't need to travel too far from where we found Radhakrishnan Velu. That's because Liu Thao Lin also lives in Malaysia. Liu made headlines when images of him doing strange things with metal objects spread around the internet. Unfortunately, he can't bend and levitate metal, but he can make it stick to his body. In fact, the attraction between metal objects and his body is so strong that he can even attach weights and the metal won't fall off. Knives, irons, axes, you name it, and Liu has stuck it to himself. We can't get too excited because this superpower doesn't involve magnetism in any way. It turns out Liu's skin has a very high suction to it. This means stuff sticks a lot better to him than us normal people. Well, we can still use that power. We'll just call him the human tree frog. Tai Nyok. It's very rare for superheroes to get caught napping or off guard. They always seem to have a sixth sense when it comes to bad things happening. We don't know about you, but we wouldn't make very good superheroes because we need naps and regular sleep, or else we get really cranky. If only there were a mere human with the power to stay alert. Well, our prayers have been answered. We think Tai Nyok would make a great member of our superhero security detail. That's because Tai apparently never needs to sleep. Now, you likely have a friend who can go on little sleep, but this is really a case of absolutely no sleep. This Vietnamese man is in his late 70s and allegedly hasn't slept for 45 years, or since around 1970. Apparently, the claim that he hasn't slept has been checked by numerous media outlets and even scientific devices used to monitor his vitals. They all check out. He mainly does his work at night, which is perfect for a superhero. He also turned down any offers of riches or fame because of his condition. That's good too, because we think we already have enough big egos on this crew. Kevin Richardson. We'd love to be able to find someone who can control the weather and conjure up a lightning storm when we need it the most. Unfortunately, Storm is not real, and Halle Berry is way too big to join us now. That's fine, because we think we've filled the spot designated for a superhero who can control nature. Enter Kevin Richardson. This guy is known as the Lion Whisperer, and we think his superpower is pretty incredible. After all, if any of us walked up to a bunch of lions and said, "Hello," they'd simply see us as lunch and things would probably end badly. Not for Richardson. This guy has some sort of understanding with lions where he can talk to them and control them without any whips, sticks, or intimidation. While film crews have to hide in SUVs and cages, Richardson walks freely with the lions, plays with them, and basically directs them what to do. This ability to communicate with lions and live so easily among them has us thinking this is a power that we could really use. After all, having an army of lions might just come in handy. Veronica Sider.
Like, lions,
With
attack!
Tanyok, we have someone who can always be awake and keep a watch out for us. However, we also need an eagle-eyed member who can spot enemies at a distance and pick out details us mere mortals might miss. We were thinking someone like Hawkeye would be perfect, but we can't afford to meet his wage demands. Have no fear, because we have found a pretty good substitute. Veronica Sider definitely has the best eyesight in the world. Whereas you and I may be able to pick out specific details on a person or an object 20 feet away, Sider can do the same at a range of 1 mile. That's right, she can easily distinguish between people at that range and likely tell you what the person is wearing. Now the good news is that Sider is actually a dentist, which is cool because every superhero squad needs a doctor someone to sound official. Unfortunately, it's going to take some convincing to get her on board because she's more focused on fighting gingivitis than evil villains. Wim Hof. What makes Wolverine such a cool character is not just the badass adamantium claws, but the fact that he can take some serious injuries and keep on ticking. After all, there was that scene where he was blasted by a nuclear bomb and recovered like nothing had happened. Okay, so we can't find anyone who can survive that kind of punishment and keep going, but we have a close second. If you've followed The Richest over the last few years, then you know we've talked about Wim Hof before. This Dutch-born daredevil has the ability to survive in the coldest climates and chilliest waters with no adverse effects. He holds a record for taking the longest ice bath and has hiked up snow-covered mountains like Everest and Kilimanjaro wearing nothing but shorts. How can he do this? Well, researchers think Hof can control his heart rate, adrenaline levels, and even blood chemistry in order to meet the challenges of icy environments. There's more than ample proof of this amazing ability, and we really think he'd be perfect on our Arctic superhero team. So, do you know which DC superhero actually doesn't have any powers whatsoever? The answer? None other than Batman. Relying on gadgets and specially made equipment, Bruce Wayne's superpower is having an incredibly supersized bank account. That's not the answer you deserve, but it's the answer you need. Well, that's it for our real-life superheroes and their superpowers. Before you head out to see if you have any special powers of your own, why not check out some of our other videos about incredible and bizarre people? Oh yes, and be sure you're subscribed to our channels so you never miss out on any of our latest and greatest releases. We'll see you guys around. Bye-bye for now.
Y'all, bye. Because we already done blacked out, but y'all know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And you know, this be lit.